Hi and welcome to Bounce Emotional Resilience Programme for secondary settings. This pack focuses on the restorative approach to conflict resolution. So this is about looking at the viewpoint from the perspective of all. I have talked a little bit about what the approach is and the activity structure, so this can be given to a TA or support staff so they know how to run the activity sessions. I have put the outcome here, so again it's just a guide and it's about how to be successful. So again, this is about pitching it. The activity examples. So you can see here what I've tried to create is a very visual way of getting across a problem. So as you can see here, you put the problem card on here, but I wanted to also show to that child that yes, the problem was that your friend kept telling you what to do, but actually that isn't just the problem. The problem is how rude you were to the adults trying to help you, or rude to that child, and the screaming in the face kind of scenario. So I've put there what it looks like, because many children kind of lose sight of that. They can't see anybody else's viewpoint but their own. You've got here solution ideas, and there's visual. I'll go through in a moment, but I've got visual ones and I've got text ones. And it's about, if I do it this way, what will happen? I'll feel better. The other person will feel better. It's kind of like friends will continue. So which ones are you going to choose? I'm going to go for talking about it and saying sorry. So you've got here which ones are effective in this scenario. So this is another example. This is more of a text example, and just blow this up a little bit more. You can see here where not all children have to have it pictorial or as a sort of a systematic approach. So I have incorporated this just because it's about meeting the needs of the child rather than going, this is the way that we do it, you have to fill out this form. So if they prefer this way, this is the way to do it. Again, it talks about the problem, how you felt about it, how to solve it. So it's very similar to the other one. That's just an example where you've got pictures. So the resources, you have the problem mat. Again, this is just a blank example. You have the problem solving mat, as you've seen the example above, and you've got the resolution checklist. So when you organise the conflict resolution sessions, you would have both parties involved. So if it is conflict between friendships, so you would have those people there. Both children have an opportunity to talk. Then it's about going through this and saying, right, are we successful? You know, have we gone through it? Can we say to each other that we've been able to see the viewpoint of both parties? Do you feel understood? Are you able to move forward? So that is the guide. I've put lots of open-ended question prompts. Again, this is for the adults, so it is a guide really. I mean, sometimes children will just say, you know, this is what happened, this is how I felt, and you don't necessarily need to guide them, but this is there if necessary. I've got problem cards. The problem cards here are if you are looking at a problem solving approach. So you have a small group of children who there seems to be a continual problem of friendship groups, let's say. So what this is for is to kind of look at the problem before it happens. So you would have a little group and you would focus on that situation, different scenarios, and go through the process with the child. what's important is that this approach isn't new for those children. So let's say it's day one, term one, day one, starting school, and you've got those individual children who are always going to be flagged up. Something happens and then you go, right, okay, we're going to do this situation card, we're going to do this approach now. They're just going to go, no, this is change, I don't know what's happening, this is new, I don't understand. So this is about reducing those barriers of, I guess those barriers of trust, really, to sort of say, look, this is what we're going to do, and this happens for everybody, this isn't just for you, and let's do a few games beforehand to introduce the concept. So lots of problem cards, I've done lots of visuals for children that need them. Too much text can be overwhelming, which is why these exist. It isn't that if you have a child with autism that you naturally do this. Have them available, but let them choose, please. Solution cards, again, these are CBT type approaches, and I've made them pictorial as well. Lots of examples, go through. Now the feeling scale, so this is just like the primary one, except I've taken all the nice smiling faces and angry faces, which is fine. So they're now numbers. They remain the same numbers as on the previous one. This is trauma informed. This is not the scale of the Zones of Regulation book. It's important that you understand that when you buy this pack, because it is based on the trauma informed practice within schools. It goes through what they are, and I've got lots of different posters, so I've created lots of different ways to represent the same thing, from top to bottom, left to right, certain words. I have kept this one in because if you've got transition into year 7, it's such a leap to go from the nice fuzzy things to, you know, straight into text. So I've kept that in. That's just me. I've got the nice visuals again all the way across, and then I've left it blank because some children, it's important that they have control over this, and if you know you're sort of saying to them this is the new system we're going to use, then they could choose the words. I have given an example of how you can use the cards. So they're the cards. I'd print them off, laminate them, and give certain children access to them in their pocket, or they can be put together, as you can see here. You can put them together with a little clip, obviously not metal, but you know, just a little press stud. You can get plastic ones, and then they can, especially at play times, that those transition times going into a new classroom scenario, where if a child is struggling, they could just go up to the adult and just give them the card, show them the card. And then I've put here about the systems need to be in place. You know, what I feel really passionate about, it's not about the child goes off and calms himself down in a corner. It's about the adult recognising that a child is struggling within their classroom and sort of changing the environment to meet those emotional needs. You know, why is a child coming up to you and saying that they are wobbly? Is it because the lesson isn't differentiated to meet their needs? Is it because they're feeling unsafe because it's noisy? Is it because friendship problems at break time? You know, what is it? You know, what it isn't is saying, oh, okay, you're wobbly, go and have 5 minutes outside the classroom and come back because that's when I need you to sit down and engage in your learning. No, this is about co-regulating. This is about taking ownership as the adult to sort of say, how can I help this child to feel safe? Then we've got the cards. I've got the vocab list. and then I've put in the words, and I've also right at the bottom got the sort of pecs of those emotions. They're not as many because it's amazing how many of the same image you can get for the word happy. All right, so end on a thank you. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy this. I'm going to be changing all of the Bounce program for primary and adapting it to secondary so that those settings have the same resources. All right, enjoy. Thank you. Bye.